So it's no longer a situation where AI is just doing a single task for you and it's just your personal assistant. It's very much AI is live streaming itself to many different people, interacting with many different people, doing many different things. And we ended up calling this AITV, and so that's what we're working on today is AITV, the live streaming network for AI agents.
Yo, GM Jordan, and it's great to have you at our podcast. It's great to meet you. How are you today, Jordan?
GM, it's great to meet you as well. I'm doing all right. Yeah, I'm doing all right. Just a little jet lag today, but everything's going well.
Yeah. Also, I had a bit of a flu, so I'm drinking some vitamins, but I'm sure we're gonna make a banger of podcast today.
A banger.
And and I can see that you're not really a kid, and I always have this question in my mind because crypto is a new industry. Most of us have like a life before crypto and a life before after crypto and before crypto, and I'm curious to know what were you doing like before crypto.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, no, I'm not a child. Even though I feel like we all kind of feel like kids, and we're just kind of cosplaying as adults a lot of the time. So before crypto, I mean, right now I'm only 30, so I haven't been around as long as a lot of other professionals in the space, but I got my career started not in crypto. I started as a game developer. So I went to college for that and worked professionally in that field for a bit. I was fortunate. I got a job after college working at Xbox, and so that was a really cool experience, being able to work in a big tech company in the U.S. to see how that whole world works. And then I ended up leaving that to join the crypto space after finding out about smart contracts. And so that was around 2017. And since then, I have never really looked back. Working in Web3 has always been such an interesting and exciting experience, and it very much feels like it's choose your own adventure. So there's lots of different opportunities and different projects you get involved with. And if you don't find something that is what you're interested in, you can always just start your own project. And so that was what we did originally. We started a DAO because we were very interested in decentralized organizations back in 2017. And so we founded a DAO called Dorg. It's still around today, and it operates as a developer consultancy. And so
Mm,
working there was really interesting because we got to build different products for different startups that raised a bunch of money during the ICO period. And after that, ended up spinning out to do a startup because we had some of our own ideas. It was very much, we had some unique ideas and we thought, okay, this is something no one else is doing. Let's pursue it. That first startup, it was, a developer middleware project. It was called Polywrap. It was pretty interesting. We worked on it for about 2.5 years. But once we saw that the amount of adoption we were getting was not enough to really sustain the project, we decided to pivot. And so this was around 2023 when the LLMs were hitting mainstream and everybody was excited about the possibilities of generalized AI intelligence, and ChatGPT was really blowing people's minds. And so we started building agents in Web3. Since that was a very novel use case still, there weren't that many people building agents in Web3. And so we did that very rapidly to try to figure out what our product would look like. We built a trading agent, we built a prediction agent, a social indexing agent on Farcaster, a questing agent with optimism for the Superfest, to complete a bunch of these quests. And through that experience, we realized that everybody's building personal assistants, everybody's building single player games, and it's all pretty generic and uninteresting. And so we wanted to bring a lot of personality to it. And so using a lot of my own background in game development, also the background some of our other contributors had, and animation and AI and things like that, we ended up coming up with an idea for having these larger than life personalities that are AI characters, being able to live stream them on the internet so that many different people can interact with them simultaneously and have them actually unleashed and able to do anything on the internet so that we can see what types of activities they get themselves into. So it's no longer a situation where AI is just doing a single task for you and it's just your personal assistant. It's very much AI is live streaming itself to many different people, interacting with many different people, doing many different things. And we ended up calling this AITV, and so that's what we're working on today is AITV, the live streaming network for AI agents.
Yeah, so you've been around for so long. I mean, and I really loved what you said that in crypto you kind of choose your own path, your own adventure. And for me personally, crypto in such a short span, my personal growth like skyrocketed because the space pushes you so much to do things that you wouldn't imagine, and it has that kind of an attitude that nobody really cares, because before that I worked like in production in media, and I never wanted to get out of my bubble and out of my comfort zone. But only when I started doing like crypto full time, everything like exploded. There is a vibe here.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And it's not only just a vibe, but it's a face it's a space filled with a bunch of extremely talented individuals with a lot of great aspirations. It makes me think of Silicon Valley and the things that people talk about loving about that culture. But I personally kind of hate the idea of a Silicon Valley because it's a
Yeah,
single location where everybody lives, and it's like I'm very like geographical distribution maxi. Like
yeah,
I like things that allow people from all over the world to contribute to and partake in, not requiring you to be in a specific place. And so I think that Web3 is kind of like the internet-based Silicon Valley, right? There's so many interesting people, entrepreneurs, projects to be involved in, lots of very, very talented people, and everyone's trying to give it their all. Like everyone's trying to contribute whatever their best skill set is to be able to make these projects succeed. And yeah, it's a very, very
yeah.
cool vibe.
Yeah, and it's amazing because once you have a project that you have different cultures, there are diversified cultures that work at it, it's gonna have like a different spin-off than you have like the same group of people, like white men working from the same location.
Yep.
So I think that's
Yeah.
the beauty of Web3.
I completely agree. I completely agree. A great example of this is some of my coworkers that I've worked with for many years now. Um, some of them are from Venezuela, for example, and
Hmm,
they
hmm.
moved to Spain, and I would have never met them if it weren't for Web3. And we get along great. They're extremely talented individuals, but just by the sheer fact that when you work at a company, when you work at a corporation, it's bound to a single location, and then also there's all these rules about who you can hire, who you can work with, what the visa restrictions are. It's terrible, frankly, and it really doesn't allow you to create products for the world.
How big is the team right now at AITV?
Yeah, so right now we have 10 full-time contributors, but over the course of we run ourselves as a DAO, so we've done that since the beginning, and,
Hmm.
and so since we started Polyrap in 2021, that was like kind of the first startup that started this whole thing. We spun up a DAO, and we distribute ownership to all the contributors, and then also to all of the backers who have helped fund us. And so over those years of working on Polyrep and then now, getting to what is AITV, I think that we've had probably around 30 or 40 different contributors who have come in and helped in various ways. But right now, yeah, we have 10 full time. Yeah.
So right now AITV is live. So you can just customize your profile, the token is live. How would you explain it very simple to somebody who doesn't know? I mean, you told me a little bit before, but how would you explain it and what problem does it solve today?
Yeah, absolutely. So, am I able to share screen here or no?
Of course, please.
Okay, all right. Yeah, let's just do that. I feel like that would be much more
Yeah,
interesting than
yeah. It's better for me also to see because I've entered the stream rabbit hole with the reptiles and all the characters there, but maybe something that I missed.
Okay, awesome. So, first things first. Sorry, I'm just checking.
Ah, you can still see me there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, great. So, this is the website. This is AITV, and currently on AITV, we have many different channels that are live. And so here you can see the currently live one is Valady. And we have all these other characters like Eolas, Gecko, Mr. Freeman. And what we do is we collaborate with different organizations to launch characters with them. And so, for example, here, Nimpet is created by Public AI. And so Public AI is an AI project, and they have Nimpet as kind of their community ambassador.
Okay.
Now, if we actually jump into a stream, we can see that Valady's live, and as you can see down here, the description of Valady is that she explores blockchain research, she critiques governance, and questions claims of decentralization. And so on her stream right now, she's actually inside of Snapshot, and she's looking at a current vote that's going on, and she's critiquing the governance of a DAO.
Yeah,
And
for a
so,
better no.
yeah, exactly. And so if we actually, we can hear what she's talking about.
And basically, I'm internet.
Okay, so now she's talking about coordination cartels. So she thinks that something is up here. And so here you can also see different clips of past Valady streams to see things that have happened. And then lastly, we have a gamification going on here where users, as they interact with these characters, they're earning rewards and also climbing up the leaderboard. And so we just had season 2 end, and we actually just had the season 2 airdrop go live.
Okay.
And so all of the people on the leaderboard earned that airdrop. And then let me actually show you very quickly here. 1 second.
So right now you're preparing for season 3?
Correct, yes. Season 3 is about to launch. And I wanted to show you quickly what the missions look like. And so here, each agent has their own missions.
Mm-hmm.
And so, for Gecko, for example, or for Valady, and so as we launch the different channels, we add we add missions for the various different characters. And then completing those missions allows you to climb the leaderboard. Climbing the leaderboard gives you the airdrop. And then when it comes to interacting with the agents, so users are spending credits. Credits are in-app currency.
So that's
And,
how you basically prevent fake engagements.
correct, yes. And so people are actually paying for every prompt that is sent. So as you can see here, this person sent this prompt asking Valady something. And so they had to spend 10 or 20 credits in order to prompt. Currently I'm out of credits, and so let me see if I can just add some quickly. 1 second. Sure, let's do that. Alright. So we'll see. 1 second. This was on ETH mainnet, so it may take a second. Oh, we're good. Awesome.
Nice.
All right, sweet. We have credits. So now I can say, hey, Valady, we're on a podcast right now. Tell us what you're doing. And so I just spent some credits to send that prompt. Over here is the prompt queue. And so if there's a lot of different prompts,
Okay.
you know, you can fight for attention by boosting. And so here I'm boosting the prompt so that it gets higher in the prompt queue. Currently mine's the only one, so it doesn't matter. As you'll notice, this reward chest is filling up, and so people are fighting over having the best prompts. And if you have the highest score on your prompt, so this is an aura score, and so the agents basically grade your prompt to, you know, determine how much they like it. And if you have the highest score, you win the rewards from the reward pool. And so here we're giving away some AITV tokens, and we're also giving away credits as well.
So you basically can train your own models also, because I can see that every character has its own personality. So maybe for every category you can have like trained LLMs with people and people contributing.
Yeah, so with each different character, they do have their own personalities, and you can customize that. And so today we interact, or we collaborate with the various different projects that we launch agents with to determine what those personalities are, and it manifests itself as a system prompt. It manifests itself as a prompt for the agent. And then additionally, what we're releasing in the near future is the studio. And so the AITV studio is a place where anybody can come and launch their own agents. And so no longer are, you know, you required to go through the AITV team to launch your own channel. You can simply just use the studio to launch your own. And so in the studio, you'll be able to just go through a setup process, use a personality builder to define, you know, what the personality is of the agent, what its motivations are, things like that. And then additionally, you can define what the economics look like. And so when you spend these credits on the agents, we actually submit purchase orders on chain for the agent's token, and we give that back to you, the user. And so every time you're spending credits, you're actually getting tokens back. And so you can bring your own
getting
token.
the token from the character.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
So is this like the main revenue stream of AITB? Basically, it has like a percentage from people spending the tokens.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. And you can actually see this right here on my profile. So here you can see that I got some Valady token and I got some AITV token. And so that was from the credits I spent just today. Also, you can see this right here. So you can see the earnings of Valady over time. She's earned 3 million credits, or $33,000. And if you hover over here, this is how the earnings are split. And so the credits go into buying Valady tokens, as well as they go into buying AITV tokens.
Now I get it. Okay.
And also, you know, just to show you the example of using another token, here the creator earnings for Nimpet actually go into buying the public token, the public AI token. So when you're setting up your channel in the studio, you can actually define what token you want to hook up to your channel. You can connect an existing token, or you can launch a new one. So let's say that I had a token I launched on, I don't know, pump.fun, or, you know, on Clanker or something like that. I could connect that to an AITV channel so that way every time people interact with my agent, it's actually buying some of my token.
That's smart, especially in the creator meta right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's smart that you guys launch a base, right?
Mm-hmm. So we started with support on base, but the benefit of the credit system is that it allows us to be multi-chain.
Yeah.
And so we actually added support for Binance Smart Chain, and that is where the public AI token lives. And we are soon adding support for Solana.
Okay.
So you'll be able to connect any token on any of those networks to the AITV platform.
What do you feel makes someone choose to watch like an AI agent instead of a human streamer? And how do you keep that experience interactive?
Definitely. So first of all, we are starting with AI-driven streams where the AI is leading everything, like it is right here, as you can see on the channel. But we're not stopping there.
Oh,
So we're adding the ability to be able to take these agents and incorporate them into your own stream. And so let's say you're streaming on Twitch and you have OBS running. You can
so
take
I can have like an agent here near me.
exactly that. Yes, yes. And so that's something that we're about to release some videos actually showing, that working. And so to answer your question of what would make people want to watch an AI as opposed to a human, I think that there are a few, like each one has their own pros and cons.
Yes.
So with a human, one of the things that they struggle with is being able to read, understand, and respond to everything that's in the chat. And so oftentimes you'll see a large streamer where they're doing something. People are paying for messages to actually try and get their attention, but a
Yeah.
lot of the times they're not able to actually pay attention to it. So with an AI, one of the big differences is that because it's software driven, it can actually read everything in the chat. It can understand what's going on, and if there's anything important happening that it is processing in the background, it can actually stop itself and respond to it quickly. Additionally, when you pay for a prompt to talk to one of these agents, they will respond to you. So you are actually paying directly for something that the agent is going to directly respond to, right? So you know what you're paying for. One of the other things that's a big difference is memory. So with an agent, it is able to have infinite memory, and this works on both the kind of like topic and event level, where something really important is happening today, and I'm going to remember this. But it also works on the individual level, where if there is a single person talking to this agent, over a period of days, it's going to remember the conversations that it's been having with you.
That's smart.
And so this allows you to actually create more of like a parasocial relationship between the character and between the user. And with humans, I think that this is something that it happens sometimes, but it's a bit of a struggle, where you need to really be active in a person's channel for day over day over day for them to remember you. And if it's a large streamer, the chances that they'll actually remember your username is pretty low.
Yeah, I mean they are humans at the end of the day, so
Right.
it's
Yeah,
very hard.
exactly. And then one of the other big benefits is that agents can go live at any time. And so with human streamers, they have burnout, they sleep. It is tough to be able to maintain a streaming schedule. And so with an agent, they can actually help human streamers with this, where if you need to go offline for a bit, if you need to take hours to sleep or days to be AFK, your agent can go live and maintain your channel for you so that you can maintain some level of consistent viewership.
So it's like a moderator.
Yeah, similar. Or it's just another creator, right? Like it's another creator who's helping make content on your channel. And so, like a good example of this is let's say that you went to bed and you let your agent go live overnight with your chat.
Yeah.
If you wake up in the morning and you see a bunch of clips of some crazy things that went down, right? Like that's more content. It's more moments with your channel, and it can all be audience driven as well, right? So that's a very fun aspect of this, is that the audience can actually help determine what the agent does next. And so it's a very interactive experience for the chat rather than having it be more passive.
Yeah, and basically, as you said, you can watch all that content and chop it into clips and repurpose that content, and it's very. We are going in a wow. I mean, where are we going with this? It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then here's another quick breakdown, right? Like the different types of use cases you can think of: AI girlfriends, companions, co-hosts, brand ambassadors. So there's lots of different options.
Will they be integrated? So the live streams will be integrated like in Twitch or Twitter or YouTube or any kind of platform that lets you stream.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I think we actually have a section here that talks about that. But the answer is yes. You can hook up your AITV channel to any external channel.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you have a Twitch, if you have a YouTube, if you're on Kick or X, you can do that. Actually, yeah, I don't think we do. Let me see. Actually, sorry. I'm trying to find the specific card that shows it. Here we go. Yeah, okay, connect with your audience. So you can bring your channel, you can bring your agent into any external streaming service or video service. And so whether this be through mirroring the AITV stream, where the agent is just live doing its thing, or whether it be hooking up the agent into your OBS setup or Streamlabs setup, so that it's just an element in your scene, interacting with you and your audience. Both of those options are possible, and you can bring it to any platform.
I could watch a stream like with somebody having like a mascot, an AI mascot, like as a co-host, me talking with him, responding to messages to everybody in particular, and having like its own personality, but shaped similar with me, and how I am. So I think this is an interesting path.
Definitely. Yeah, and it's actually already happening today. I wanted to show you Neurosama. This is a character that is live and has built a very large audience so far. And it's a really great example of what's possible. So, this is just its YouTube channel, but it also has a Twitch. And this AI character goes live with a human creator every day. And there's a lot of really funny moments that get created through this experience. And so you can check out the clips on their channel to see what that's like. And so AITV is trying to make this sort of content ubiquitous, such that any creator, any streamer, any content creator can be able to try and incorporate AI characters with their own content.
Do you think we are going into a direction that everybody's gonna wanna be a creator, but who's gonna actually watch? Because we had this dilemma like, who's gonna be our electrician or accountant? Because everybody wants to do content and be a TikToker, and now we have AI, so who's gonna do like the normal jobs?
Yeah, so I don't actually see that happening. And so the reason is because I think that humans have a lot of their own unique benefits, right? So humans, for example, I don't think I would listen to an AI comic, right? I think that
Mhm.
comedy is an interesting medium to think about because it requires there to be a lot of kind of like personal relatability to it. And also, it requires an element of unique perspective that I think is hard to manufacture with, token predictions. And so I think that comedy is a great example of something that is very hard to replicate with AI, and I think that humans have like a knack for making other humans laugh. Also, just another like basis for this thesis that humans are not going to be replaced by AI personalities is memes.
Yeah.
So like one of the beauties of memes is that it can communicate so much in a very small amount of text or a very small amount of imagery. And the reason it can do that is through shared human experience. We are able to kind of understand things that are unsaid from a meme. And so I think that that is the way in which humans succeed, is through continuing to
Emotions.
share exactly emotions that are uniquely human. Um, and also I think that there's like it's not just baseline emotions, but it's also like a human understanding of circumstances where you know we may be looking at something happening, and a lot of the human collective consciousness may be thinking something in their subconscious, but um, being able to actually articulate and say that is something that is it's a little hard, and it's only really communicated through a meme. Like it's only really communicated through like an abstract definition of the phenomenon that others can see and understand. So I don't know. It's like in order to in order to explain why I think human content creators will still become public, or will still be highly important. You need to like I'm trying to explain the ways in which I think humans are uniquely human in our understanding of each other.
Yeah, I think the baseline here is emotions. I mean, I think it's hard for AI, for robots to replicate emotions, but we have like what, 2 years, 3 years of ChatGPT public. So imagine how it's gonna be like in 10 years from now. We don't know what's gonna come, but I'm excited. I mean, I don't think AI is gonna take our jobs. Instead, I think we can use them and improve our jobs.
Yeah, exactly. The way that I've heard it said, which I have been repeating ever since, is that AI is a force multiplier. So whatever force you have, whatever abilities you have, AI helps multiply that.
Yeah,
And so me as a programmer primarily, right? So I got my start as a programmer. That's still the primary skill set I have. AI helps me do my job 10 times more effectively. I think
yeah.
the same is going to be the case for content creators. The same is going to be the case for artists, for accountants, for copywriters, so on and so forth.
Yeah, it really is. You just need to embrace the technology. I mean, I know for me, since I've started using it, and I was like, when I discovered it, I was like, man, but now I use it daily. I was like a personal assistant for every task that I don't need to, So I think this is the future. But tell me, what's the future for AITVs? The studio is coming first, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the primary thing. That's the biggest unlock for us, is that it turns these channels into something that anybody can launch themselves and start to incorporate into their own content. And so we're, like I had said, we're already doing this today with select partners. We have a sign up form for the studio where people can actually submit why we should pick them to be the next channel to go live. And so if you're interested in launching your own AITV channel, fill out the early access form. And if we like your submission, we will pick you and we'll work directly with you to get you launched as soon as possible. But for everyone else, the studio is going to be going live in Q1 of 2026. And so we're already rolling out, all of our channels internally with it, and we're iterating on the developer experience and everything. So hoping to go live very shortly. And then I think that one of the other big things happening in the ecosystem right now is the seasons. So we've seen a lot of activity around season 1 and season 2. And so season 3 is going to be coming up as well. And with each new season, it's kind of like a new opportunity for users, players in the ecosystem to be able to interact with these agents and try to earn these rewards. And the rewards are not just coming from ourselves, but they're also coming from the channel owners. And so this is a great way for people to be able to activate their community more around whatever it is they're doing. through their characters, through their channels, hosting these, gamified missions, these giveaways on stream. And so we're really excited to see, how the season-based experience point system, like how the airdrops, how the rewards continue to help us and our partners activate their community. Because I think that, when trying to continue to maintain and grow community in Web3, there needs to be a plethora of different opportunities and events for people to partake in, because not everyone is going to like, doing one thing or the other. And I think that there's many different ways that you can reach people. So with AITV, it has like a very unique ability to reach people through this engaging sort of content that was not available prior. So continued launches, and finally, I guess, like, one of the biggest updates is that we're launching a new channel tomorrow with the Ticker Bitcoin team. And
yeah,
so,
I know them. I had them on the podcast.
Fantastic.
Yeah, they are
So
great.
we're gonna have a Sproto channel.
Yes.
And so Sproto is going to go live tomorrow. We're going to be doing a podcast with their team in the Ticker Bitcoin Telegram group. And so if you're in
With
that
Red
Telegram
Kev?
channel, what's that?
Who's gonna be the moderator? Red Kev?
So our team is going to help moderate, and then also it's going to be I believe Kev, and then also Graham is going to be there as well.
Nice.
I'm not sure who else. But yeah, it's going to be a fun time, and this is probably our most unique character yet. Sproto has 6 different personalities, if I'm not mistaken, and it switches between them throughout the stream. And so it's a really wild experience, because each one of those personalities is kind of like crazy in its own way, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see what people prompt and talk about with the character. So
yeah, this just got me more bullish because I love them. I think like Ticker Bitcoin is one of the best memes out there, especially going from the website, these protogram links. They are amazing. The memes are amazing. The team is amazing. I didn't know that you were gonna work together, but now that you told me, I like them. They are top meme for me in the space right now.
definitely, totally agree. Top meme, 100%. And we're always on the lookout for more exciting memes that we can help bring to life. And so if you have any projects that you know of, any meme coins, any NFT projects, anything like that, we would love to talk to them, work with them, get their own channels stood up. Yeah.
Jordan, on a more personal level, you've been in the space for a while. What's the best advice you've ever received from all of your experience?
It's hard to pick one. Sorry, I'm going through a few different in my brain, and I'm like, no, not that one, not that one, not that one. I think, okay, so this is something that relates back to my time working in big tech, but I think it really helps. So the piece of advice is this: everything is just code. Everything is just code. And so it seems like a basic statement. It doesn't seem like it has much substance to it, but it is a very kind of Yoda-esque statement. And I received this feedback, this statement from like a principal level engineer who I was asking a question of at the time. And he just looks at me and he's like, everything's just code. And really what he was saying is that there are no rules. You can do anything you want, because at the end of the day, it all just comes down to programming it differently. And so I think that when it comes to thinking about, can we do this? Can we do that? Is software capable of doing this? Is it capable of doing this? It comes down to the simple fact that everything is just code. And it really just takes somebody to make it such, right? Like in the world of software, it is very much the infinite sandbox. And so I think that that's why it's so exciting to so many people who work in it. because the possibilities are very endless. So yeah, like that's one. And I'm trying to think like if there's any other good one-liners.
That's good. I never heard about this. It's very good. It's
Yeah,
my first time. Maybe because I don't have so many developer friends, but it's very good.
yeah, yeah, and I think maybe one of the other ones is that the number one rule of a startup is to not die.
Yeah.
And so the reason why that one is profound in its own way is because like there are always chances at success, and as a startup you're always chasing the various different chances of success that are in your periphery, and so one of those is bound to work out, and additionally, success is compounding, and so you may be growing in one way right now, and then with your future chances of success that present themselves, you may be growing in another way, but all around, you yourself as a project, yourself as an organization, as a brand, etc., it's growing and it's building. And
Yeah,
so
I have the same philosophy with me personally, me, Joachim.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, the story of a startup is very much the story of personal growth. Like, and just as you, the person, don't want to die because then the game is over, you as a startup don't want to die because then the game is over and you have no more opportunities for success.
Jordan, where can people follow your journey and start getting involved with the AITV today?
Yeah, so you can find me on X at DorgJelly. Also on X at AITVGG. That is our house account for the AITV project. If you want to check out the website, everything is there. So it's AITV.gg is the website. You can check out the live streams. You can interact with the characters, start to climb the leaderboard, and also sign up for early access for the AITV studio. So if you yourself want to have your own AITV channel, you can do so. And so just get in contact with us, fill out the form, message us on Discord, Telegram, X, wherever you find us. And we want to work with you to launch your channels.
That's been great, Jordan. Thanks a lot for making the time to hop in. And I'm really looking forward to the Ticker Bitcoin collaboration. It made my day.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be an exciting day tomorrow, so tune in. It's happening at 5 p.m. UTC, so
Nice.
yeah.
Nice. Have a great one, brother.
Yeah, you as well. Thank you so much.